Hello, my sexy muffins, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, it is a bonus video because I have updated some Red Dead Redemption stories today. So it is a Red Dead Redemption bonus video today with two things in it. First, I will try to get through it as quick as possible. A theory on Molly and why she is not a narcissist, and that we were all fooled as the players to think that she was a narcissist and all that stuff. So yes, there is that, and also the base Yandere headcanons for Molly O'Shea from Red Dead Redemption 2. So let's do this. Disclaimer: Molly O'Shea is not Yandere canon. This is just for fun and not to be taken seriously at all. Simping for fictional characters and Yandere's is fine. Just do not be illegal or gross about it. You know who you are, you dirty flaky biscuits. Yandere's are not ideal partners to have in real life. Also remember to separate fiction from reality and headcanon from canon. A thank you. Now let's get up with the theory at first. And I will just summarize it, but if you want to read my whole theory, it will be on Tumblr under the same title of Base Yandere Molly O'Shea Headcanons. Okay, now let's do this. So Molly O'Shea is definitely not a narcissist. I know narcissists. I have family members who are narcissists who I grew up with, and there are very distinct differences on why she is not a narcissist, but her traits could be seen as narcissism. One, she primps and preps herself for two reasons: because Dutch has a wandering eye and most likely has already cheated on her, and if he leaves her, she will have nothing. So she wants to keep her looks up to stay appealing to Dutch. And also, she's a high society lady that's used to taking care of herself and looking nice. So, of course, she will continue to primp and prep herself from the background she has. Second fact, she doesn't do work like chores and stuff because, again, she's a high society lady. She was seduced most likely by Dutch, and seduced enough to leave her home and her money behind to come to Dutch to America, where the Irish were hated at the time. Remember, she's Irish and a woman in the late 1800s. She is not going to be getting a job without Dutch, so she's dependent on Dutch at this point when she comes to the gang. And Dutch set her up for failure. He, of course, adored her, but said she had to do no work. He could have easily said you have to earn her keep, but when he told everyone that Molly O'Shea didn't have to do any work and that she didn't have to earn her keep like everyone else had to, that means he othered her. And othering someone is making them seem special to them, but also making it harder on everyone else. And everyone sees Molly as someone who doesn't have to work while they do, and that others her in the other negative way. It also isolates Molly from everyone else so that she can't make friendships because they resent her, because they, like the women, they resent her because she doesn't have to work and all that stuff. And also, Molly Alex also a little bit stuck up. Yes, from her history with being high society, but also Dutch is feeding her ego by saying you don't have to work, you're special, basically. And that's basically what he did with Molly. Now, continue down the line. Molly is othered, she's isolated, and she's not making connections with the other women or men at the camp. So she is isolated and she's completely dependent on Dutch because she won't be able to get a job as an Irish immigrant woman in the 1800s. She won't be able to get a job. That's impossible. The best job she would be able to get is working as a working girl, aka, I can't say the word on YouTube, but you know what I mean, a lady of the night. And so that would be the only job she could get. And she doesn't want to lower herself, so she is dependent on Dutch. And Dutch is actively making her seem like the bad guy by isolating her and mistreating her and essentially gaslighting her because he says there's nothing to see there when she literally had to stand in front of him to get him to stop flirting with Mary Beth right in front of her. And then he gaslight her saying there's nothing there. So she is being gaslit. And also, she's not a narcissist because she never gaslights Dutch. She never manipulates people like that or does any of the big major traits that a narcissist has. She never does that. Instead, she is more submissive and also insecure because of Dutch's narcissism, because she's like, Dutch, I've been a good girl. She is obviously a victim in this, and Dutch's narcissism ends up having the player, the player, think that Molly is a narcissist when she's not, but she's a victim. Now, her character is written with some self absorbed traits, but a woman that is self absorbed is not automatically a narcissist. You have to take in the time period and also how she was raised and also how Dutch othered her, made her feel special and stuff, that she felt important, but then slowly chipped away at her mental health like a narcissist does. It's love bombing, and then it is taking that and gaslighting, and it ends up pushing her to become very depressed and uh, very self-harmy and stuff. But I believe she went to tell the Pinkertons. If she did or didn't, I didn't get that far, but she eventually says that she to Dutch that she did tell them, and I think it's because she wants to be unalived. But she is a very Catholic woman, and she doesn't believe in doing it herself because that's going to he doubles hockey sticks. So that means she was hoping they would unalive her so she could finally find peace. And it is so sad. And I really do not like how people think that her character is a narcissist, because it is not. It shows it very well that she is a victim and that she was painted as the villain and that sort of thing. And I hate that people just write her off as a bad character because of that. There's more complex to her, which you will see in this Yandere video. Now let's get on to the Yandere part of this Yandere video. Molly is a woman from high society, and she was not used to doing chores or work like this. So she appears to be a bit stuck up and self entitled. But she does have her but she does have worries and insecurities. She felt her country brain fart. She left her country for a man who seduced her and had her come to him to a new country she had never been to. She was dependent on him for her life to set for dependent on him for a comfortable life to say as to she was dependent on him for her life to stay much as the same as possible. She did not hang out with the other gang members for the most part, as they most likely did not want to be around her, and she did not have to do work or earn her keep. But she felt it if they were going to treat her as different, then frick them. She did not need them. Dutch tells her she is how better she is, anyways. Then came you, a new gang member, and she never felt this way about anyone before, not even Dutch. She, uh, sorry, sneezy. She would not act on these feelings right away, as she was a taken woman, and she was not going to cheat on Dutch. She still would. She still would open up herself to you and spend time with you, unlike the other members of the gang. Sorry, my nose is really drippy. She feels the need to have a connection with you, and you give that to her, and it makes her feel so good. It makes her feel special and needed and loved. It might be her reading too much into it, but she feels you feel the same way as her. She becomes easily jealous, as we see with Dutch when she got jealous of him and Mary Beth. But then it's 10 times worse with you, because she is for you because she is Yandere for you, and will openly accuse women for being slooty tooty fruities, and even some of the men as well. She does not want to share you, and she would become possessive of your time, spending less time with Dutch and more time with you. She is still a very polite and ladylike for the most part, and she also becomes sort of a guard, always being close to you. She also learned from Dutch how to isolate someone, and his toxic behaviors had leaked onto her, and she started to isolate you from others as well. She also, but also because of Dutch, she did, she, ugh, sorry, my brain. But also because of how Dutch treated her, it caused her to have some serious negative effects on her mental state and on her Yandere side as well. She is a very insecure woman and also a Yandere and needs you to constantly reassure her that she is a good girl and that she is your good girl and that she is beautiful and that you care about her. This makes her feel slightly this makes her into a slightly needy yandere, and it's kind of affects how she sees herself. She becomes more and more paranoid that people in the gang are trying to steal you away from her and will lash out more and more and become more clingy to you. There are always there are sorry there are a few ways you can build her back up and undo some of the damage that Dutch caused, but it would not be easy. Molly is one of the yanderes that changes her paranoia and self-doubt and all her mental health based on how she is treated. She can be a confident yandere that is secure in her love with you, and she can be a very paranoid, unstable yandere that cannot live without you. She is a very rare yandere that would feel devastation if she lost you, and might even try to end their existence. End her existence because she cannot live without you. Molly is a very complex woman and yandere, but one thing is for sure, she is a very, very loyal yandere who loves you with all her heart. She wears her love for you on her sleeve and is always there for you in the best way she can be. She does her best to cheer you up and take care of you and be the girlfriend and maybe one day wife that you need in your life. So, if it turns out good for her, her confidence can be built back up, and it would be one of the best things for her and you. Of course, it does not go very well. Of course, if it does not go well, it can go very, very badly. This is almost like choosing your own adventure type thing, but with her yandere perspective and how she sees herself and such, and how her yandere side responds to you and your reactions. And it's not a yandere that, and sh- it is, and, oh, where she is a yandere that responds to you and is not a yandere that is determined to act one way and stick to that one way. She would deal with rivals by trying to keep them away from you and or gaslighting you. Yes, another everyone else, making you feel crazy for wanting to be around other people and also manipulating you. She is very good at it, honestly, and would manipulate you to isolate you fairly easily. Finally, she is confident enough to leave. Finally, when she's confident enough to leave Dutch, she will confess her feelings to you. If you accept her love, then this would be the best thing for her, and she would finally be able to move into a confident and capable woman, learning to live without Dutch and be with you the love of her life. If you turn her down, it can go one of two ways. The first way is she will fall into a hopeless depression, which will push her over the edge, and most likely she will unalive herself because she is the type of yandere that cannot live without you, but would never lay her hands on you. It is heartbreaking, but her love for you became the sole thing keeping her together, and without it, she felt like she had nothing. She had cut ties with Dutch, and now she had no one else. There is a slightly different way in the second way that it could happen, and that's if she is confident enough to stand on her own. Now that will she does not, and if that is the case, she does not fall into a hopeless depression, and that she does not give up. She knows her worth, and she knows that she is the best dang woman for you, and she will make you love her, so she will not give you up and continue to court you. She will do her best and she will have you no matter what, unless she ends herself. Once again, Molly is a yandere that reacts to the way you treat her and how she is treated. The results can be vary from very good to very, very bad, and it could end in disaster for you both. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this. If you would like to see more, comment below what you would like to see, and I will do my best to do it and all that good stuff. I hope that you all enjoyed this bonus video and the theories. What are your thoughts on it and all that good stuff? And now, Patreon outro. Patreon outro. Thank you, Gav, for being my first patron. You are wonderful, beautiful, stunning, gorgeous. Mwah. Thank you, Gav. I appreciate you. I hope that you all enjoyed this. And again, I hope that you all have some in depth stuff to. If you heard that scream, it is fine. It's just some kids outside playing. Okay, just ignore that. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed and stay sexy, all my sexy muffins. Bye bye. Secret outro time, secret outro time, secret outro time, secret outro, baseball bat. Welcome to the secret outro. The secret outro question of the day is: would you smash or pass? Hell yes, I would smash Molly O'Shea 100%. She is mommy. Anyways, yes, smash. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed. It's Stay Sexy, all my sexy muffins. Bye bye.